Alright, time to start Double Jeopardy.
We start the Double Jeopardy
Two daily doubles in this round, and what are
the British
categories?
invasion.
The British invasion.
World facts.
World facts.
The essence of things.
S in quotation
Whacked. 19th century medicine.
And
biblical abominations. Player 3 gets to make the first selection once again. This time, we're moving into the Double Jeopardy round. In 1885, the first successful vaccine for this was tested on a boy who had been bitten by a dog.
rabies.
Okay, Player 1. You are correct.
Okay, I'm not much.
Player 1,
I'm not a
back
medical
to you
student,
for
so
our
let's go to
next
the essence
selection.
of things.
A covering for the blade of a knife. It's Player 1.
What is the skin?
That's not it.
Oh no. Not
Anyone
skin.
else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, Player 3.
The sheath.
That's correct.
Okay, the sheath. That's what they wanted.
You again, Player 3.
Essence of things 800.
You'll be a contender if you know this term for a boxer who jabs with his right. Player 1.
What is a scrapper? Oh no.
That's incorrect. Any other
Well,
takers?
it can't be a southpaw because he jabs with his left. And scrapper's wrong, so it has to be slugger.
Let's hear it. Player 2. That
Oh,
is
it was southpaw. Okay.
Player 2. Pick again. The deliberate destruction of property or equipment by resistance fighters or enemy agents. It's Player 1.
Okay, sabotage.
Yes.
There we are. Now I'm going back
You
up.
again,
Essence
Player
for
1.
1600.
Old school inhalant to give you a nicotine rush. Here's what we wanted. Snuff.
A snuff, okay. Essence 2000.
Choose again, Player 1. From the Urdu for soldier, it was an Indian native who served in the British Army in the 1800s. Here's the correct
pardon
response.
me.
A sepoy.
Sepoy. I have no idea what that is.
Select again.
World facts for 400.
Lots of peridot has been found on the island of Zeebrugge in this colorful sea off Africa.
Okay.
Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is the Red Sea?
Correct.
Okay, world facts for 400.
Player
For
1.
800.
Quite simply, this semolina favorite is the national dish of Algeria.
National dish of Algeria. Oh, I wouldn't know this one because I've never been to Algeria.
The correct response is couscous.
Oh, couscous. Oh, I think I've seen it
Player
before.
1. You pick again. 1/3 of the people in this South American country live in Montevideo. Most of its 15 million sheep don't.
Montevideo.
Okay, Player 1.
I think it's in Brazil. No, it's not.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Uruguay.
Oh, Uruguay. Oh.
Please pick again. Hordes of people know that Ulaanbaatar is this ancient Asian nation's capital.
Well, hordes of people know it.
Yes,
I
Player
certainly
3.
don't. India. No. Well, it's a 50-50
Anyone
chance,
else?
so I guess I'll take a crack at it.
Player 1.
What is Mongolia?
Good for you. Player 1.
And there's one of the daily doubles.
Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. You are in first place. What are you going to wait?
1600.
Okay, here is the clue. Mount Shikara in these mountains is the highest peak in Georgia. The country, not the state.
The Caucasus Mountains?
Congratulations, you're still in first, player
Okay.
one. You get to pick again, player one.
Whacked for 400.
An anarchist named Bresci killed King Umberto of this country in 1900. It's player three.
Italy.
That's it.
Okay.
We return to you, player three.
British Invasion 400.
The first track on the Beatles' second album was a Chuck Berry song that told this composer to roll over.
And my camera is now low on battery, but I should be able to finish this game.
We're talking about Beethoven.
Oh, Beethoven. Okay.
Player three, back to you for
British
our
Invasion
next
800.
selection. Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
Brian Jones played the humble kazoo on this band's 1967 Between the Buttons album, though not on the hit Ruby Tuesday.
Player one.
The Rolling Stones?
Right.
Alright!
You again,
British
player
Invasion
one. The
1200.
Searchers told us that Madame Ruth had a pad down on 34th and Vine where she sold this. Here's what we were looking for. Love Potion number 9.
Love Potion number 9. Okay.
Please pick again. This man's pacemakers included Leslie McGuire, John Chadwick, and Freddie Marsden. Here's the response we were looking for. Jerry Marsden.
Jerry Marsden. Alright.
Select again.
2000.
Reg Presley not only sang lead on this Trogs hit, he played the ocarina as well. Let's hear it. Player 2.
The House of the Rising Sun. No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Well, it's 50-50, so I'll
Okay,
give it a
player
shot.
1.
What is Wild Thing?
Yes.
Yep, Wild Thing is correct.
Player 1, back to you
Whacked
for
for
our
800.
next selection. Mexico, 1940. Looks like this former number 2 man under Lenin in Russia got whacked, literally. Yes, player 1.
Who is Leon Trotsky?
That's correct. You get to
That's
pick again.
1200.
Brother Ike took a powder as Billy of this family was gunned down at the OK Corral. It's player 1.
That's not one of the choices. I'll try Clanton.
Right you are.
And that's right.
Player 1. Back to
1600.
This soon-to-be saint was killed by 4 of Henry II's men after excommunicating some bishops and barons. Here's the correct response. Thomas A. Becket.
Thomas A. Becket.
Choose again,
Whack for
player.
201.
Patrice Lumumba helped the Congo gain independence from this country in 1960. He was killed less than a year later.
Okay, I don't know this one.
Player 3?
Belgium?
Yes. You're
Okay.
out of the hole. Player 3, you pick again,
That's
please.
an 800.
The invention of the ophthalmoscope in 1851 by Hermann von Helmholtz aided inspection of this body part. Yes, player 1.
What is the lung?
Nope.
No, not the lung. So I'm down to 18,000.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. The eye.
Oh, the eye. Okay.
We return to you, player 3.
That's in 1200.
In 1865, Joseph Lister began using carbolic acid as this, from the Latin for against putrefaction. Let's hear it, player 3. No, that's not right.
Anticoagulant. No.
Anyone else?
I think I'll give it a try.
Okay, player 1.
Since it's 50-50. Antibiotic?
Sorry.
No, it's antiseptic.
Any other takers? Player 2.
So down to 16,800.
Good.
It's okay though.
Player 2. Pick again.
Medicine 16.
In 1852, George Kamen gave physicians a new version of this instrument, whose name is from the Greek for chest.
Yeah. Double Jeopardy is not really my best point.
It's player 2.
A stethoscope.
You are correct.
Okay, so player 2's at 3,800.
Player 2, back to you for our next selection.
There's the other daily double.
Enter the second daily
How
double.
much is she
You are
risk?
currently in second place.
700
You need
only.
to select your wager.
Okay.
The clue. This German's discovery of X-rays in 1895 had visible effects in diagnosing medical problems.
Wilhelm
Right you are.
Röntgen, and I knew that. I'm not sure.
Player 2,
Anyway,
you
she's
pick
at
again, please.
4,500.
Leviticus chapter 11 says, most insects that creep or fly are an abomination, but this 8th plague is kosher. Okay, player 1.
The 8th plague. Locusts?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You get to pick again, player 1.
2,000.
In Genesis chapter 46, verse 34, every shepherd is an abomination unto this kingdom that was known as Kemet. Here's the response we were looking for. Egypt.
Egypt. Okay.
Choose again, player 1. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 10 says, all that have not fins and these in the seas shall be an abomination. Here's the correct response. Scales.
Scales. 1,200.
We return to you. Potpourri is not mentioned, but this burning perfume is an abomination according to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 13. The correct response is incense.
Incense. Okay. Last one.
And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 13 declares that this bird of prey, later a symbol of Roman legions, is an abomination. Let's hear it, player 1.
Chance. Hawk?
No. Sorry.
Nonetheless, though,
Anyone else
still
care to
runaway
try to
game.
come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. The eagle.
Oh.
Sorry, player 3. Your score is not on the positive side, so you will
Player
not be
3
joining
isn't
us
going to
for
be around
Final
for Final
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Let's see what the category is.
So much depends on how you do in the Final Jeopardy category, which today is landmarks.
Okay.
So, what's your wager?
Well, we'll find out when we come back.